welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is going to be a reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions for the week of November 15 to the 21st. Okay, so let's get started and see what major themes we have for Virgo as they move through their week. Keep in mind there's a partial lunar eclipse on the 19th, so keep your eyes out for that reading. Oops, it'll be for the collective. Let's try that again. Okay, for Virgo. Thank you. Ooh, that came out rather quickly. Okay, let's have a looky look. Okay, work through your fears. Nothing will come of this situation, and it's time to release negativity. Wow, both of these cards are in Scorpio, which is where we are right now. Scorpio, we don't leave, the sun doesn't leave Scorpio until November 22nd. So the day following the window of this reading. So you've got to work through your fears and release negativity, because as is, my dear Virgos, nothing will come of this situation I feel like as you hang on to your fears and this perception that is only sort of looking at what's missing, this negativity here, nothing will come of this situation as long as you're sort of feeling lack and that you've got lots of fears here. Bottom of the deck is don't let your pride get in the way. So perhaps fear, pride, an outlook that is focusing on what is lacking rather than what is abundant and what you're grateful for. What you have in your present day is sort of not being acknowledged. You're sort of only looking at the picture with respect to what's missing from the picture instead of what's in the picture. Okay, so let's dive into the tarot cards here and see if we can get more of the story here for Virgo. Okay, ooh, hang on, that just fell out. Okay, Virgo, this deck is a bit big for my hands. Virgo, okay, let's see, here we go. What is the present scenario for Virgo and what is the obstacle? The obstacle. Okay, let's see what the present situation is. The Lovers. Okay, Virgo, this is Gemini energy. This is about choosing something. This is about vulnerability and choice and love, romantic love, connection, collaboration, conscious collaboration with another. Don't let your pride get in the way. Release your negativity. Work through your fears, all of those messages together. Now, Nine of Wands and Nine of Pentacles together coming out of the deck. Very well shuffled deck. Nine of Wands and Nine of Pentacles as the obstacles, which says to me that you're tired. You know, you're not really sure how you're going to, you need some more self-care here. And the Nine of Pentacles is saying you have everything you need, but you don't see it. You have everything you need, but in the Nine of Wands, you don't see it. Yeah, you've got a perception of lack, Virgo, and yet look at how abundant and fruitful things are. Nine of Pentacles is a very abundant time, one where you're able to sort of see the riches in your life and to appreciate them. But you know, when I see it coming out in the challenge position with the Nine of Wands, that tells me that you're so depleted on the inside that you don't see that everything you need is right in front of you. You know, sometimes this Nine of Wands imagery is the Nine Wands are surrounding the individual and they're right in the center. And that always makes me think that you've come so far and you've pushed your way through a lot of challenges and you've overcome a lot of obstacles, and you're at a place now where you're just tired. You almost feel like you can't go any further. And it's a time where it's like you can't see that you're 2 steps away from the end of this journey. Do you know what I mean? It's actually just 1 step away. And that the exit you're looking for is right in front of your eyes with that Nine of Pentacles, but you don't see it. And maybe it's pride getting in your way. Maybe it's fear, right? Maybe it's pride. Maybe it's fear. And maybe it's this feeling of lack, right? You've got these messages here coming in to sort of encourage you to not be too proud, to be vulnerable, I feel like, and not to be too proud to work through your fears, and to take a minute to look around and be grateful for all of the abundance that you have already, instead of focusing on what you don't have. And then I think it's in relationship to someone significant. It's like, you know what, when I look at these three cards, you know what comes for me, Virgo? It's like you've got this individual in your life, and they're not perfect, but you chose them. You chose them, and you feel a lot of connection with them, but you're focusing on what's missing in this relationship. Instead of focusing on the abundance of it, you are focusing on your fears or the lack, or you're being too proud to be vulnerable around this person to speak your truth. And as I say, speak your truth, I see the Seven of Wands. So are you concerned that there's deception here? Are you concerned that they're deceiving you, or perhaps you're deceiving yourself by not working through your fears and letting pride get in the way, hanging on to some of this lack mentality? Perhaps you're deceiving yourself, and you're maybe just focusing on the external validation, right? And also, look at that. You got two sevens, the Seven of Cups and the Seven of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. Very, very interesting number sequences here. And the Six of Wands right in between these two. So it's like you've sort of running the gamut of the aspects, right? You got air, fire, and water here. So your emotions, your creativity, and your mind. So it's like you're deceiving yourself by thinking small. Okay, this is a time where I feel like you're your worst enemy right now, Virgo. You're deceiving yourself with the messages you're telling yourself that are very negative, and you know, it's interesting to see nothing will come of this situation. Could you be deceiving yourself into thinking something will come from this situation? I mean, perhaps that's where the deception's coming in. Perhaps you're deceiving yourself into thinking that this individual is something that they're not, maybe. And you feel too proud now to say, I made a mistake. And you're too afraid to acknowledge that you've been duped or you've been fooled by this person. The other sort of perspective you could take on these cards is that, you know, there's other options. You're wondering if there's other options. Yeah, Seven of Cups. To me, the Seven of Cups is a time where these are not options that are leading to sort of the path of your higher self. I feel like these are distractions. I feel like you've been given some distractions, and it's up to you whether or not you're going to sort of continue on the path of denying the truth to yourself. It's very interesting. And the Six of Wands is really like you're focusing on what do other people think of this situation. You're relying almost maybe too heavily on external validation right now, as opposed to sort of like what resonates for you, Virgo? What feels right for you? Very interesting. It's a very interesting spread so far. The King of Wands. So the King of Wands wants to connect his vision to the external world. And we had the Ten of Cups flying into a flipped position. So the vision that you're trying to sort of connect to your external world is one where you feel emotionally content and harmonious, right? Balance in the emotions, emotional content feeling. And you're working on connecting that. Now, is nothing going to come of that situation because of this partnership you're in? You got the Temperance card, which says to me, no, it's not about the partner necessarily. It's your mindset. It's your mindset, Virgo. Your mindset about this relationship is like you can't see the good in it. You can only see what's not working. And maybe you're doing that because you think that if you fix what's not working, you can achieve emotional content feelings. But I feel like you must have inner peace on the inside before you're going to see it on the outside, which is why you're sort of being directed to release that negativity, because nothing will come of this situation if you focus on what's not working. Yeah, that's what feels like it's resonating for me, is that there's a union here for Virgo, and they're just focusing on what's not going right instead of seeing how truly blessed this situation is. And it's almost got you lying to yourself about other options being better somehow. And you're getting a lot of that from the external world. Someone is giving you that, saying, well, you have options. You could do this person is interested, that person is interested. And you're sort of like, I just want to feel inner peace. I want to feel inner peace. And Eight of Pentacles. I want to feel like a craftsman. I want to feel like I have sort of reached a new level of understanding myself with respect to what I'm able to do. It's almost like you're trying to force this union into some shape that you feel. It's almost like you're wondering, how come the same efforts aren't yielding the same results? Well, I think it's your mindset. I think it's the mindset that needs to shift. It's not that you're not putting in the effort. Eight of Pentacles, you are putting in the effort, but it's your mindset needs shifting. Four of Swords, yeah, some sort of reflection and healing. Ooh, excuse me. Release, right? I sneezed. Take it as it resonates. But to me, that's a release. You need to let it out, whatever it is. You need to heal. You need some time to understand this situation in a different way so that you can release that negativity, just like I sneezed. And to sort of change it up, disturb the pattern, right? Change it up a little bit here, Virgo. Now, there's pride getting in your way, I think, because maybe there was some harsh words said to you by this individual. I feel like it's a masculine. Gender doesn't really matter, not male or female, but just a masculine energy hurt your feelings. Someone came in here and said some words that you took to heart. You took to heart, and perhaps that Emperor is the individual here in the Lover's card, and you're in pain. There's some conflict and separation here that might be necessary, and that's what you're healing from, right? You're needing to heal because this was painful. This was a very painful moment, but it's almost like someone's words affected you, and maybe you're letting your pride get in the way here, and that this Lover's card is saying to you, be vulnerable. Be vulnerable. Let your feelings show. Speak about your feelings, right? You've got that Seven of Swords, where I feel like maybe you're not being honest with yourself, Virgo. You're not being honest with yourself. You're pretending this doesn't hurt, but it hurts. It hurts, and it needs healing. You know what I mean? But there's also a part of you, I think, that is, yeah, Ace of Cups, needing to take a new, fresh look at this with eyes that aren't afraid, with eyes that aren't seeing negativity, with eyes that aren't letting pride get in the way, because as is, I feel like nothing will come of this situation until you shift, you know. And this Ace of Cups is really a time of transformative energy. We've got the Ten of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, and you know, there's a lot of interesting number synchronicities on the table here. You've got two sevens, two nines, two tens. Wow, like I'm just looking at the other numbers. Very interesting. Two sixes. You got the Lovers is a 6, and 6 of Wands, and now a second 10, which says that this is possible. I feel like if you can release the negativity, not let your pride get in the way, and work through your fears, you can have these things. You will be able to connect your vision of emotional being content emotionally and having a very secure path with family here, right? Feeling like you belong, feeling secure and grounded, and also feeling that emotional happiness and content, like you don't have to keep chasing anything, you can just be. Very interesting messages here for you, Virgo. Now, let's see if the angel cards can give us some guidance here for Virgo about this scenario that involves a new mindset and some healing, some mental healing, and getting some distance. Ask and receive. You know what that says to me is Virgo needs to open up. Releasing the pride. When you're too proud to ask, you won't receive. I feel like you're needing to sort of release. I mean, don't take this the wrong way, Virgo, but it's almost like you need to release the ego a little bit here to say, I'm vulnerable and I have feelings and they've been hurt. And I don't know if this union is for me or not, or if I am for this union or not, or, you know, how can we move, how can something come of this situation? And I feel like it's like you just need to just have some chat, a chat. A communication needs to happen, maybe with you and this person, maybe between you and spirit. Talking to your intuition, really being honest with yourself. Yeah, because as I put that card down, I put it down right next to the Seven of Swords, which I feel is reflective of you not being honest with yourself, Virgo. I feel like you're holding back. You're holding back. Even with yourself, you're holding back. And that, you know, holy love coming up here, to me, that suggests that these two tens are possible. Like that there is love, there is security, there is belonging, and it is divinely guided, but it's here also to help you move through your fears and to release, right? To exhale and to, what's on the bottom here? Take charge and action. Interesting. There is something you need to do differently. You've got a lot of wand energy on the table too. So that says to me that some action needs to be taken. King of Wands, Nine of Wands, Six of Wands. You know, you're needing to take action, but in a different way than you are now. Because currently, I don't think anything will come of this situation as is. You're going to need to shift a dynamic in your mind. It's in your mental space. And we got that Emperor card, which is another action card. Transition and passion. Oh, look at these numbers. Your reading is very numerologically interesting to me. You've got transition, which is 43, and passion, which is 34. Sorry, transition is 43 and passion is 34. So that's really interesting. Wow. Okay, let's read transition first. The frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the never-ending changing nature of existence and our lives, so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transitions to occur with ease and grace. Very interesting, Virgo. I do feel that for you. That really makes sense here. Something needs to shift. As I said earlier, something needs to shift. And it's going to allow a deeper understanding, where I feel right now with that Seven of Swords, there is some self-denial, some self-deception going on here. And passion. And you've got the Lover's card, right? Same, even coloring here. Let's read that one. The frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies a hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. You have that Temperance card here. It assists us in finding balance within intensity, moving us from chaos to the calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. And I feel like that is a big part of this. And this passion to me feels no pride. It has no fear. And it's not hanging on to anything negative. And neither is this transition card. So you are being guided towards a passionate transition away from self-deception. You are moving towards a space where you're sort of I feel really going to release that negativity that might be the actual problem that you're facing, not this union, that this union isn't the issue, but that nothing will come of this situation as long as your perspective is, unchanged. Your perspective needs a transition. You need to sort of focus more on passion, right? Not lack, not what's missing, but what's present. And that you're, focusing right now maybe on the fact that you feel like things can't move forward, but it's almost like you're not adjusting the frequency in your mind, and you're expecting to see changes in the external world, but it doesn't work that way. You're looking to the external world here for some validation or some signal, but really it's within you, Virgo. It's always been within you. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. If this has resonated and you would like a personal reading, my email can be found in the description below. Just send me a message and we can set that up. And as always, thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and watching. And we'll see you again very soon for another reading. Sending you lots of love and light, my friends.